I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
The Ohio House this week passed a bill that would outlaw traffic cameras, red light cameras, speeding cameras in the state. If that bill were to reach your desk, would you sign it?
You know, I'm focusing today on the mistakes that I think have been made in terms of raising sales taxes on everybody, making property tax, sticking homeowners with bigger property tax bills. I'm not really getting into the red light camera issue at this point. Again, although again, I think it is an issue of local control, but that's not really my focus here today.
Would you have raised the income tax?
I'm sorry?
Would you have raised the income tax?
I am not making any proposal to raise income taxes. What we're talking about going on here is the tax burden is being shifted down to the local level. Look at how many communities have had to raise their local property taxes and sometimes their local income taxes because of the fact that the state has basically transferred wealth from local communities into the state budget. That's what I particularly object to. I've balanced a number of budgets as both a mayor and as a county executive without raising any income taxes, and that would always be my goal as governor as well.
Last question. The budget includes provisions that in the last minute they included an amendment in terms of restrictions for abortions. Would you remind me of that?
I would.
Would you mind all of the abortion provisions?
I would. Every single one that was in there. Because it's not just forcing women to have ultrasounds. It's not just the fact that they're putting basically a gag rule on rape crisis centers. It's not just that it's the way that this whole thing was done. And it's not being done just in Ohio, it's being done across the country. That in the 11th hour, there's last minute things that are being inserted into a budget process. There was no free debate about it whatsoever. And to go into these types of extreme issues when there hasn't been any consensus, any free debate, and I think it's a distraction from what the real business of the budget process should have been. And I think there was a tacit admission by the legislature that they didn't really believe that the women of Ohio would have stood for that. That if there really had been a free and open debate, it wouldn't have happened. And for the governor not even be able to say when it first came up that he even knew what he was going to do about it, that he had to think about it for a while as if he's a passive observer in this, I thought was disingenuous. But he still has an opportunity to do the right thing, and I hope he will. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.